round in driving rain. They're underway. Good start from Andrea Locatelli. Good start as well from Garrett Gerloff. Progress from way back down the order. Ray firing through on Locatelli demonstrates what a struggle it's been so far for Garrett Gerloff. Scott Redding eyeing up a move here on top rack. Razgatlioglu. Bassani thinking about a move on the right.
If you're at the front of the field, you don't have to deal with any of this.
The top four from race 1 earlier on today are doing battle again at the head of the field in race 2. Ray comes through
the grid into the top 10, and the Japanese rider, he goes well in wet conditions.
He has ever finished. Jonathan Ray out in front. Razgatlioglu second. There is Mikhail.
Wet weather had been one of the weaknesses for him, but he looks pretty strong at this stage, willing to make those moves. Obviously, John
Ray, Redding, Razgatlioglu, Bassani.
Mark, he needs to make that move on Bassani quickly.
Tati Mercado broadly going with the group. A second the gap in front of him though, 2.5 seconds. The tail and staying on the exit of turn 9. So Ray desperate to lead from the front. He will be the first to encounter
our top world class action. You're getting it right now.
This is making I think he may have been collected by Michael van der Mark there after a bit of a moment coming off the top independent ranking. Unfortunately, his hopes of that ending the Van der Mark lifts into the path perhaps of, and that one was less contentious. Axel Bassani's collision there with Michael van der Mark after already being unsound, but Redding
the one thing is, right now, 1:44.0 was Scott Redding's last lap time. A dry weather lap around here is a Van der Mark to bridge any more of that gap.
The race leading battle, and Ray has come through on Redding, and here goes Van der Mark on Razgatlioglu, and quietly nobody knows which way to recover that third place.
I said no.
Still, it looks like Van der Mark
manages to get that corner hooked up really well, and obviously we've seen in the dry conditions how strong Top Rack is on the brake.
Befalls Ray or Redding or Price.
Yeah, Nozane behind us has lost a lot of time last time around. Got picked off by Gates.
Still, big slide there for Top Rack. He's using the curves in down the road, gaining back the point that he trailed Andrea Locatelli by coming into this
group himself, get himself back into a position to be right on the tail of Jonathan Ray. A lot of grip out there in the asphalt here, even in these wet conditions.
So running towards turn 10, only for the brave that Jonathan Ray might see as his best opportunity to get open. It was wide enough for Jonathan Ray. Seen any further information about that, but focus on the lead battle. Redding through on Ray. Has he overcooked it? Yes, he has. To Top Rack Razgatlioglu at the end of a run of 6 consecutive seasons, but he is demonstrating just 7 seconds back. Top Rack Razgatlioglu over the line for 4th position. Tom Sykes rounds out your top 5, 11 seconds back. Garrett Gerloff with 6th position. Then it's Kota Nazanes. He's over the line in the end for 12th position, but most importantly,
across the line to finish off his World Wsbk career. But at the front of the field, his long-term rival Jonathan Ray picks up another race victory to say after it.
Well, Redding tried his own luck on the final few turns, but Jonathan...
Difference between us, but a podium for Scott Redding on his sign-off from Ducati, and you can see for Top Rack, he'll be pretty pleased with the battle he had with Michael van der Mark all the same.
Top Rack Razgatlioglu wins the championship by 13 points, so nobody can say anything about one world title. What shenanigans are going on here? Ray in the Superbike World Championship, and he comes up with 2 race victories out of 2. Yes, not too surprising, is it? Top Rack Razgatlioglu is, and Jonathan Ray returns to his old trusty, and that's a nod to Razgatlioglu as much as to anything else.
Next year for Jonathan Ray, and back to basics for Kawasaki as well. They need to start to work towards
a 6-year spell for Jonathan Ray as the world champion.
Yeah, and
the opening round might have left it in some doubt. Assen might have left it in some doubt. Even his crash in Portimao left some.
Makes his way over towards Parc Ferme as well.
I said it to you off air earlier on. If Jonathan Ray Razgatlioglu on 13 wins, so 13 wins, and Jonathan Ray also beats Top Rack for podiums because Razgatlioglu finishes down in 4th position. Great sign-off last season, but he's not forgotten by them. Thanks to a World Wsbk legend, and thanks from all of us, and gave him something to think about at times over his spell with that Ducati factory.
Degrees, very humid, so you could understand Scott trying to just get rid of as many layers.
Away from the rain, of course, an emotional moment for Chaz Davies, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely, and for his team as well, and all the way through. Very fitting that Ray and Redding have a battle towards the end of the season. Top's been a big challenge.
It is Yamaha who seal the manufacturer's world title.